B Marsh Boxing back at it, man. You know, the last video cut off, unfortunately. I apologize for that. But, I'm about to seal the deal right quick. I finished off talking about Mike McCallum, and Mike McCallum was a champ at 160. Then he went up to 175. I remember he had a WBA belt, and the man, he vacated. No, he got stripped, matter of fact, and he fought James Toney for James Toney's IBF middleweight strap, you know what I mean? That was supposed to be a unification, but he had got stripped because I guess he didn't fight his mandatory at the time, you know what I mean? So at 160, after 160, the man jumped up to 175, but he did have fights in between. He beat Jeff Harding, Australian dude, for that 175 strap, you know what I mean, for the light middleweight title. You check it, but that was a title Jeff Harding had, WBC. But, Mike McCallum did have some fights in between 160 and 175 where he came in at 168, 171. So he didn't make that dramatic jump straight up from 160 and go straight up to a title shot at 175, So that's why I didn't really make a video about him. But this one right here, this is right here, Henry Armstrong, you know what I mean? And this is last but not least, Henry Armstrong goes up from featherweight to fight the man, Barney Ross, one of the great fighters, from New York City, three different division weight champ, you know what I mean? And this was Barney Ross's last fight of his career. And, Henry Armstrong, the first and only man to hold three different belts in three different divisions simultaneously, you know what I mean? Featherweight, lightweight, and welterweight. So, this was Barney Ross' last fight. Some may say this was an over-the-hill Barney Ross. Henry Armstrong pressured him, put the pressure on him, swarmed him, that's his style. That's Henry Armstrong's style. That swarming, slugging style. And he beat the man Barney Ross, and so this man jumped up from featherweight all the way to welterweight, you know what I mean? And, these days there's many divisions in between featherweight and welterweight, so that's the last but not least, But some may ask, what about Roberto Duran? You know what I mean? He came from lightweight all the way and came up to 147 and beat Sugar Ray Leonard. But, after the man Roberto Duran unified when with what was the guy? Esteban de Jesus, you know what I'm saying? The man at lightweight, he at WBC, WBA unification. Then he vacated the belts. And he started campaigning at weights higher than 135, you know what I mean? He was coming at 140, 141, 147, 146, you know what I mean? But he didn't make that dramatic jump straight up from 135, then go up there to 147 and fight the man Sugar Ray Leonard, The first man to give Sugar Ray Leonard his first loss, and that was in Montreal, you know what I mean? The place where Sugar Ray Leonard won his gold medals, you know what I mean? As an Olympian, you know what I mean? That's the first place, that's the place he took his first loss of his career, to Roberto Duran, you know what I mean? Then somebody else might ask me, hey, what about the man Vinny Paz, you know what I mean? Vinny Paz was a lightweight champion, 135 IBF champion, then he went up to, and then he got a title at 154, you know what I'm saying? But then again, I love Vinny Paz. That's my guy, you know what I mean? But Vinny Paz didn't jump up dramatically from 135 straight up and then go get a world title shot and beat the man Gilbert Daly for the WBA junior middleweight 154 strap, you know what I mean? He had a couple fights in between, you know what I'm saying, where he came in higher than lightweight, you know what I'm saying? Some at 140-something. And he had one fight before the Gilbert Daly fight. I think it was a USBA title, and that was at 154, USBA 154 world title, you know what I mean? So, you know what I mean, that's, these guys, yeah, no question, they jumped up two different divisions, you know what I'm saying? But like I said, they ain't do it like the other guys I did previously, who went straight up from 135 or jumped up two weight classes, So that's it, man. This is the end of the video, you know what I mean? I'm sorry it had to be two parts. You know what I mean? But I ran out of time on my camera thing, you know what I'm saying? So, B Marsh Boxing, I hope y'all appreciate this video. Just another historical account. Go check out my playlist right here on YouTube and on my channel, B Marsh Boxing. And I'm going to catch you on the next video. And I hope y'all appreciate this. B Marsh Boxing, I'm gone. One.